Hey guys, I'm Amanda Valentine from the Pound This podcast, and we're going to be doing an exercise here or a workout that's going to be kind of stress relieving. It's not going to be anything too insane or crazy, but you will work up a sweat. This is for all ages, all sizes, and we just kind of want to get your body moving a little bit. And I know for me, I have some injuries, so if you're the same way and you got some bad knees, you're going to do just fine during this workout. Now, I'm going to be here doing the workout, but you're going to hear a voice in the background, and it's not the voice of God. It's the voice of Josh Garrett from Cincy 360 Fitness, who is my personal trainer, and he's going to kind of walk through some of the intricacies, the finer points of the workout. So are you ready to work me out, Josh?
I am.
Yeah? All right, we're ready to
see how this goes.
Party started. So, luckily for you, you won't have this giant microphone attached to you. So that's a bonus for you, but we'll see how that works. I have a feeling things might get a little bit weird here and there in this workout, but that's all right. It's just gonna make it fun. And so you're really only gonna need like a mat or a yoga mat or just a kind of an open space like this. And so we're gonna start with a warm up. So we're starting with hip rolls, right, Josh?
Yep. So we'll take it, lay down on your back.
So I'm gonna move this. So again, you might want a mat so you feel nice and comfy.
You'll bring your arms out to your side. Yep.
Right.
Bring your knees up over the top of your hips, and you'll just roll your knees from side to side. When you do this, when you start to roll, let's say you're rolling to your left side, you're going to want to feel your opposite shoulder. So your right shoulder is going to want to lift up off the ground. Make sure you pin that to the ground.
So no shoulders coming off the ground.
Right. You want to just feel it through your core, opening up the lower back, just kind of getting the body ready to work out.
Okay.
You can just go through a couple more of those.
You know, it's really bumping the giant microphone. It's telling me where to stop.
There you go. Use it as a guide.
Yeah.
All right, then flip it over. We'll go on all fours. So you want to make sure your wrists are underneath of your shoulders and your knees are underneath of your hips. And you're going to go into a cat-cow.
So do I want my toes like this, or you want them flat? You
can flex your toes. Some people may have trouble with getting their toes into that position, so if you need to lay them flat, that's fine, but flexing them is best.
Okay.
Take an inhale, let the belly drop. Think about rounding the spine. Exhale, push the floor away from you, draw your belly button up, and really feel the stretch in the back. And just kind of cycle through your own breath here. So you're going to go with 6 reps and just go at whatever speed you feel comfortable with. If you feel like one side feels better than the other, like one way feels better than the other, just do a couple more on that side.
Feeling good, Josh.
Feeling good, getting the body flowing.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into a kneeling hip flexor stretch. So just come up on one knee. Yep. And this one you want to make sure that your pelvis is neutral. So you don't want
This is where I have issues.
Yeah. So you're going to actually kind of relax your back a little bit. So you're going to kind of stick your butt out. You're going to think about, most people are going to think about tucking their butt under.
Okay.
For you, you're going to think about sticking your butt out.
And then we're just leaning forward and stretching a little bit, right?
And you should feel that stretch in the front of your left hip.
Show you this way, and then I'm going to turn it.
There you go. Yep.
This way.
And you don't want to go too far here because then you're going to just get into like a ligament stretch. So you just want to be stretching the muscles. So that's
just
good.
Want to be feeling it right there.
And you just kind of, just like you're doing, just oscillate back and forth, kind of get to the end range of that, bring it back, come back into it.
Then flip to the other side?
Yep. So just go 4 or 5 of those, and then we'll switch sides, do the same thing. If you want, you can throw in more of a Psoas stretch. You can bring your arm up and kind of pull it across. Yep. Go the other way. Go the other way. Other way. Other way. There you go. And that'll kind of stretch all the way up into your rib cage. And that's that muscle that you're stretching out there.
Feeling stretchy.
That's good.
Feeling limber.
And then bring it up to a standing position with a wide base. Yep. And now you're just going to go side to side. So just stretching the inside of the leg.
One of these?
Yep. And again, just 3 or 4 of these, just kind of getting the body moving. These are going to be tight on a lot of people, so just make sure that your adductors are stretched, the inside muscle of your
I feel like
leg.
this is really good for like when you've been sitting too long
Yes.
and you've been working and you just got to get up and just like,
Yep. just get the oil flowing through the joints.
yeah.
And then we'll do the stationary kicks. So just standing, feet together. Yep. Just kicking it cross body. You want to go opposite leg, opposite hand, just like you're doing here. Making sure the leg stays straight. Don't worry about how high you get on this one. Just worry about feeling it stretch from about the bottom of the glute all the way down to the toe. All right, that's perfect. And then we'll transition, getting into a little bit of blood flowing. So that'll
some
be
jumping jacks?
Some jumping jacks.
All right, let's do some jumping jacks.
We'll go 30 seconds. Ready? Go. And then we'll go into the isolation exercises. So we'll take it down on the mat again.
All right, so here we go.
Yep.
I'm going completely down
Yep.
on my
just
back.
laying down on your back.
All right.
And then we'll bring our knees up over top of the hips again. And you're gonna put your palms right on your knees. So you're gonna feel like you're pushing your knees away from you, but you don't wanna go so hard that you feel your stomach getting bigger. You wanna think about drawing your belly button towards your spine and feel those lower abs kick on, and just use as much pressure as you need. Hold that and then rest for 10 seconds.
Like rest by putting my feet all the way down?
You can just take the pressure off of it and
Okay.
keep your feet up, because we're gonna do this 3 times. So we'll do 10 seconds of work, so go ahead and press through. Yep, we'll go for 10 seconds here, really trying to draw the lower abs in, feeling lower abs engage. Belly's not getting bigger here. Rest for 10 seconds, and we'll go one more of those. So this is just trying to get the lower abs engaged, ready for the workout. Go ahead and press through. We'll go for another 10 seconds.
And because it's almost swimsuit season, Josh.
Yeah.
Got to have that 6-packs ab rocking for whenever we're hanging out at the baby pool in our backyard.
And rest. Yeah, if the pools get open.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, and then we'll go into clam shells. So we're gonna lay over on your side. And this one you may wanna get a pillow if you have one, or if not, you can just use your arm. You're gonna take and just open up the leg. Now on this one, you wanna make sure your hips are stacked over top of each other, so you're not opening up that top hip as you go into the clamshell. Yep. You're just trying to use the outside of the glute to pick that knee up. And we'll go 10 of these.
This is my sexiest look. This is my new profile pic.
7, 8, and we'll get 2 more.
So you think if somebody has bands at home to do
Yep.
some banded clamshells too?
Good, go ahead and switch sides.
Oh, this one's gonna be
Might be
difficult. This is where
harder.
my microphone is. We'll be gentle.
There you go, yep. And if you did have bands at home, you could take and put those bands right below your knees or right above your knees, whatever's comfortable for you. And again, you wanna just make sure that that top hip doesn't open up so that you're, cheating to get the better range of motion, quote unquote. You want to go to where you're capable of doing. So you're just feeling it in the outside of the hip.
And then you done? I don't know. I am not even counting.
Go one more of those.
I'm just counting on you to count for me.
Good. And then we'll
But
flip
everybody, we should be doing about 10 reps.
10 reps, yep. That's what we're shooting for. So now flip it over and we'll go into the quadruped. So just on all fours. Yep. And this one, what you're gonna do, it doesn't look like a lot, but you wanna think about your armpit scooping under as you lift your hand up. Yeah, perfect. And make sure you're keeping your head down so you're in a neutral spine. Yep. And then as you lift, you're gonna feel the upper part of your back, like up by your neck, wanna kick on. Really try to not let that kick on as much. You want more of like down by your rib cage to turn on. And you're really just trying to get that shoulder, the lower trap muscles to start firing, and this will help open the chest up. So again, if you sit for a long period of time, the chest is going to get tight. The muscles that are on the opposite side of that are going to get weaker. So that's what we're trying to strengthen here.
Switch arms.
And again, yep, we're shooting for around 10 of these. And you want to stay active in that bottom hand too. So you're pushing the floor away from you. So that hand's not just hanging out. And again, with all of these exercises that don't have weight, you want to make sure that you're trying to squeeze the muscle as hard as you can. And that way you're creating tension to add the stimulus to the muscle.
This is one of those things that it seems like it's not going to be that hard.
Yeah,
and then after you do it a while, you're like,
motion.
oh, feeling a little warm.
Yeah. Yep, and that's the idea of it. All right, that's probably around 10 of those. And then we'll hop it up. We'll go on jumping jacks again, getting that heart rate back up.
Let's do it. Okay, so now we're going to go into the workout. So that was some warm-up moves. Now we're going to get a little sweaty. The jacket might have to come off.
Yeah, this is where the heart rate will come up a little bit. But remember, we're going to start with air squats. And whenever doing all of these exercises, you want to think about your core being engaged, right? So rib cage and hips stay in line with each other as you go down into the squat. So think about reaching your hips back and put a little bit more of the weight in your heels. Yeah, so you're really reaching the hips back. Yep.
Am I doing it right? I have
Keep
problems
reaching.
with squats.
Yeah, you do. Keep reaching. Reaching hips back.
But see, I think this is important. I think this is important to note because how many workouts have we all seen that say do squats and you just kind of go through the motions, and does it matter if you're not doing it correctly? So for me, it feels like I'm doing it correctly, but it's helpful to have somebody like Josh creeping on me and telling me what to do, because otherwise you're not really maximizing the workout if you're not doing the move correctly. So just wanted to take a pause and say that as I'm going to be told that I'm doing this incorrectly.
Yeah, you want to just think about a chair, right? If there was a chair behind you, and you guys at home can even grab a chair.
Like that?
Yeah, you want to, and just go down to where you feel you're still got the weight in your heels. Okay. There you go. Keep reaching them hips back. Good. Yep, and if you guys, like I said, at home, if you have a chair and you want to put a chair behind you, just reach down until your butt touches the chair. You just want to make sure the hip joint is moving first, so it's sliding back, and then the knee joint starts to move. And we'll go another 8 of these.
All right, so how many total are we doing?
20 total.
20?
20 of them.
Oh, boo!
But I don't want to. Good, and we'll get 4 more. And I have no idea where you're at count-wise.
Yeah, me either.
If somebody's like, that's not even close to 20. 20 is what we're shooting for. Good, and you can rest on that one. Okay. And then we'll go down into the bridge. So you're going to lay down on your back. And this one, if you were to lay your hands straight down to your side, you're going to kind of brace yourself. So when you go into the bridge, you want to drive through your heels again. Use the glutes to pick yourself up. And again, keep those lower abs engaged. Yeah, so you really want to try to drive up as high as you can and then bring it back down and then bring it back up. Good.
And how many of these
and
are
we're
we
shooting
doing?
for 12 of these.
Okay.
And there's no right way or wrong way to do this stuff. You want to go within what your body's capable of doing. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You're doing body weight stuff here. It's not like you're going to injure yourself if you're a little bit out of alignment, but you really want to try to focus on squeezing the muscle, that you're trying to work. So here you're working hamstrings and glutes. You don't want to feel a whole lot in your lower back. You want to feel more in your core, the hamstring and the glute.
That's 11. I was counting this
Oh,
time.
look at there. It's 12. Good.
And I changed my mind. That's my new profile picture, not the clamshell.
Not the clamshell. Throw the clamshell.
It's just a gif of me doing a bridge.
Clamshell into the bridge.
Yeah.
All right. And then this one we'll do the walkout to shoulder taps.
Okay.
So this one's going to work more of kind of flexibility, going to work the shoulder joint, and then it's also going to work your core. So you're just going to reach down as far as you can, bend your knees as much as you have to. Yep, walk it out into a high plank. And then from there, you're going to reach up, touching your shoulders. Yep, and then walk it back to you and reach it back. Yep, that's perfect. And then exhale down, inhale out. Core is engaged, reach up, touch them shoulders. Good. Exhale back to you and inhale it up. Perfect. That's 2 of them. We'll get 10 of these.
Oh.
And when you come out, what you want to do here is really try to not let those hips shift from side to side.
That's hard for me.
Yeah, this is hard for everybody. It's not an easy movement. Yep. Core is engaged, hips don't shift. Perfect. And then walk it back up. Good. We're halfway there.
Halfway.
This one's another one that's an interesting, as you start doing it, it doesn't look that hard. You get into it and it's like,
the more you do.
Yeah, no, I'm breathing hard here.
Woo!
Perfect. Let's get 2 more of those.
All right.
Walk it out. Core's engaged. Exhale back up. And inhale, stand. Good. And 1 more. Awesome.
Yay.
Perfect. Now this one will go into that kneeling position. So both knees on the ground.
Trying to get my mat here.
And again, your core staying engaged here. What you want to do is, it doesn't look like a lot, but you're going to bring it up to 1 knee. So like in a tall kneeling. Yep. And now stand up. Good. And then step back. So go back down on both knees. Yep. And then stand right back up. And you can switch legs, or you could do the same leg each time. You're going to do a total of 16. So 8 on each side. And when you stand up, you want to think about that ankle, knee, and hip joint all being in line with each other as you come up. Yep. Core staying engaged so the chest isn't pitching forward too much. You're really
what do I want to do with my hands?
driving straight
just
up.
What I'm doing, just like, bleh.
Yeah, you can put your hands out to your side. You can use your hands a little bit for counterbalance if you want. You can make it harder, and you can put your hands behind your head.
Oh, it's prison.
Yep.
I'm arrested.
Yep. And then that'll make you have to engage your core even more. Good. How's these feel on the knees? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. Let's get 3 more.
This is the things that I get confused on going side to side. It's like when I'm counting and trying to figure that out at the same time. I don't know why.
How many have you
It's
done
like
on each leg?
walking and chewing gum at the same time. It's like, for some reason, my brain doesn't put them together correctly.
Good.
Personal problem.
No, I think a lot of people have that issue, actually. So we'll rest, and that's the 4 exercises that we're going to do.
Okay.
So you can grab a drink, catch your breath, and we'll come back to the squats.
Drink time.
All right, so now we're going back through all 4 of those exercises again. We're going to go a little bit less on the reps. And now that we know what we're doing, the body's warmed up, it's acclimated, we can get a little bit more tempo into it.
Okay. So we're going right back to the air squats.
Right back into the air squats. We'll go 15 of them. So remember, this one you're sitting in a chair, reaching the hips back, staying on the heels.
Am I going right?
Yep.
Okay.
Really reaching those hips back. Good.
How are you guys feeling? Woo! Are your neighbors watching you? They're like, oh man, they're working out. Now I feel guilty, like I gotta work out. That's usually how it goes.
5 more. Good, last 2. Perfect. And again, we're going 15 of those. So 20 the first round, 15 on the second. Next one, we're going into the bridges. We're going to get 10 of those.
Well, I think these are so good too. It's just like you don't need any equipment.
Yes. And this exercise in particular opens up the whole front of the body.
Okay.
So it's really good for engaging the back side of the body and opening up the front side of the body, which as we sit a lot, the front side of the body gets a little bit tighter than the back side of the body. It's a really good restorative pose in yoga. Just really thinking about driving the hips up, squeezing the glutes at the top, making sure the core stays engaged. And also some people might feel that their neck gets involved here, so you want to make sure that you're pulling your shoulders down away from your ears.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, a lot of people use a lot of their neck gets involved in a lot of different exercises.
I'm doing 12, right?
We got 10 on this one.
10. Well, I did
10.
12. Overachiever. Oh my God. Where's my 6-pack?
And then walk out shoulder taps.
How many of these I got?
These, you got 8 of them.
Okay, good, because these suck. If you're playing along, you know that they suck too.
Exhale, bring it out, core is engaged. You could also go with a little bit wider stance with your legs, and that'll help your hips from shifting from side to side.
So this?
Yep.
Open them up a little bit. Here, let me scooch back a little bit.
Yeah, so then we can just walk it out. You have a little bit wider base, so now you should have a little bit less hip shift. 2, you only got 6 more.
Oh my God.
3.
I feel bad. It's like usually when you watch these fitness videos, they're like, this is the best time of my life. Aren't you guys having the best time? I'm like, oh God, is it over yet? At least the things that I think suck, like this.
Yeah, it's not the most fun exercise.
No, I mean, it's good for you though. That's why you do it.
Yeah, it combines a lot of movements, and again, it works on flexibility. Kind of gets the heart rate up because you're changing levels. So it's just a lot of bang for your buck kind of exercise.
I lost count, Josh.
Let's get 2 more. I did it as well. But.
Oh God, I'm probably doing more.
Perfect.
1 more.
1 more. Finish it out. Perfect form. No hip shift.
And normally,
A little hip shift.
I'd put my hair up, but I'm growing my, I had it shaved in the back, and so it looks like the weirdest mullet ever. So if you're like, God, why she got her hair done? She looks all sweaty.
Well, I mean,
that's why.
we've also been quarantined for a little while, so we haven't been able to get haircuts.
I know, right? I haven't. Although you cut your own hair though, don't you, Josh?
I do, yeah. Sometimes. I mean, other times I just go down to Coco. But
yeah, it's funny. So on my Poundless podcast, there's a girl, Shannon, who's lost over 90 pounds, and she works out here at Cincy 360 Fitness, and she's been sharing her weight loss journey on my podcast, and she also is a hairstylist, and when she listened to our podcast where you said you cut your own hair, she goes, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's probably very valid. It's just, hair grows so fast. It's like every 2 weeks. It's like, okay, this is ridiculous.
What's easier for a dude?
Exactly.
So now I'm doing...
Stand up from kneeling.
Oh yeah.
So on both knees. Now this one we only got 12 of. So you only have 6 on each side. Making
put my pants up.
Form is perfect. So again, checkpoints, ankle, knee, hip, all stay in line. Core is engaged, driving straight up. Yep, bring it all the way down.
Come back a little bit.
Perfect. You got 12 of these. There's 3. Good. And again, if you guys wanted a little bit more of a challenge, you can put the hands behind your head and then think about keeping that chest up as you stand up. Yeah, 4 more. Last 2.
Is this a standard workout you'd put somebody through, Josh?
This is a good just beginner's workout, or this is kind of my go-to workout if I just want to move. You know, if I just don't really feel in the mood to get a traditional style workout or lifting a lot of weight, and I just want to move my body and get as much bang for my buck as I can.
Yeah.
This is a good go-to exercise, giant set of exercises.
And now we rest again.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to finish up with a quadruped hold. So this one's going to be really good.
Oh, we're doing 2 rounds of the workout. I thought we were doing 3.
Just two rounds. Yep.
All right.
So again, it's meant to just kind of, hey, you got 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever the case may be. You want to get something in, but you obviously don't have a lot of equipment or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
Which, by the way, I'm looking over here is a board with all of the workouts written on it. So.
Looking into no man's land.
Right. Yeah.
So then we're going into a quadruped hold. So you're going to get back onto all fours. And this one we're going to do for 20 seconds on, then we'll rest for 10 seconds, and we'll do another 20 seconds.
And this is where, let me do the side where my microphone is.
4 times.
So this is where we're just putting on our feet and we're lifting up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So you want to make sure the spine stays neutral, feel it in the core.
And this is where it's hard for me to find neutral in my spine. So see how I'm kind of wonky all over the place?
Yeah.
Am I there? This is where it's good if you do have a mirror or you have, like you're watching yourself in your phone, that you can kind of see where you're at if you don't have a personal trainer with you.
Yeah, because like for Amanda, her back is relatively straight all the time. So for her to get a little bit of you want to have a little bit of a drop in right in that position that you can see on the camera that's dropping. So you want to kind of have your butt sticking up a little bit. In Amanda's case, other people like myself, I have too much of an anterior tilt, so I want to feel my lower abs engaged, so I'm actually rolling my hips under me so that it kind of flattens my back out more. So like Amanda said, use a mirror so that you can see yourself and where you're at.
Or selfie cam.
And then, all right, you ready?
Yep.
20 seconds.
All right, count us all off. Here we go.
Go. 20 seconds, head stays tucked, so the spine is neutral. You're going to feel this in the shoulders. You're going to feel it in the core. Everything's going to start burning, but you can do anything for 20 seconds.
I guess.
You got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest for 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is one of those things that's a lot harder than you think it's going to be. The more you do it.
All right, everybody get ready. Go. Holding it for another 20 seconds. And this one may be a little bit hard on people's wrists. If it is, you can go up on your knuckles if that makes it easier, or you could get a bigger pad to put underneath of you. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And you can kind of roll your wrist out in between when you're resting.
How many more of these are we doing?
Just 2. So we got 40 more seconds of work. Ready?
Oh, we're doing it again. Okay.
Go. We got 2 more. Yeah, so we're doing 4 total. And trying to get out of there. Good. Keep working, keep working. Everything stays engaged. Spine's neutral. Good. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We got 1 more. 1 more. 10-second rest, and then we'll finish it up. Last thing you got to do. Think of it that way. Ready?
Yep.
Go. 20 seconds. Good. Feeling into the core, making sure that you're still breathing. You're not holding your breath. Shoulders are away from your ears. Good. We got 10 seconds. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest.
We made it.
Perfect.
We did it. We did it.
Everyone made it through. Good work.
Yay!
So that's a great just kind of catch-all workout. So we start out, warm the body up, get the heart rate up a little bit, get some muscles activated that aren't typically activated, go through some big bang exercises. And then what I always like to do is finish out workouts with a some sort of breathing exercise.
Okay.
So this helps you de-stress. So if you want to slide back there, that bench that's behind you, you may have to move your phone on this one.
Just like get on the bench?
Yeah,
Sit on it or lay on it?
No, you'll lay on the floor. You'll pop your feet up on the bench.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm laying.
Yeah, I know. You might have to move your phone. Sorry.
What if Okay, so I moved the camera for this. You can see how we're going to do this breathing exercise. Okay, so what are we doing here, Josh?
So for this one, you're going to pop your feet up on the
Like this?
box or step. Yep. And you actually slide your feet back to you a little bit. So you want your knees, slide your butt down towards the box. Yeah. So you're making a 90-degree angle with your knees
so
right
I
over
wanna
the
be
top
like
of your
this.
hips. Scoot your feet back. There you go. Okay. Yep. And what this will do is this will help you put your spine in neutral. And again, with your back, you would want to put a towel underneath of your back just to give yourself a little bit of that lordosis, but we don't have to do that today. And then once you're in this neutral position, you want to think about pulling those rib cage down.
Okay.
So if you put your hands right underneath of your chest, so it's right on your, they're called
here?
yeah.
Okay.
And then pull those down so that your ribs are right over top of your hips.
Okay.
And you're going to just breathe into your belly as much as you can.
Just big deep breaths.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be over exaggerated, but you do want to have intention to your breath. At the end of the day, you're still just breathing here, but you want your body to calm itself back down. So you've just, got the heart rate elevated a little bit. Now you're bringing the body back down so that you can go back into whatever you were doing throughout the day. Again, a lot of people may have tightness in their necks, so they can take a pillow, they can put it underneath of their head if that helps them pull their ribs down. But you just want to think about your hips being the bottom of the can, ribs being the top of the can, and you're trying to connect the top and the bottom of the can is the idea behind putting your knees up to the 90-degree angle and then pulling the rib cage down to it, breathing into the belly. You'll do this for 2 minutes, and that'll let your body just kind of, again, woo-saw, calm itself back down.
So do you feel like this would, even if you don't have time to do the rest of the workout, you're feeling stressed, you've been sitting too long, kind of get in one of these and just do some deep breaths?
100%, yes. Deep breathing is one of the most underutilized things that I think people can do, especially, when we have a respiratory virus that's going around. It's imperative that people use their lung capacity as much as they can. So just getting into that neutral spine and trying to breathe into the belly as much as you can. And like you said, it helps you de-stress. It's just, there's thousands and thousands of books written on breathing. The benefits of it are very vast. And it's obviously a simple exercise that you can do. Everybody can breathe.
So how often would you think that somebody can do this full exercise? If you're quarantined at home, like maybe do this 3 days a week?
Yeah, you could do this exercise. You could do these exercises every day if you wanted. I would probably recommend doing like a 3-4 day a week kind of thing. But this isn't going to be the type of exercise that you're going to be super sore. And everybody's different, right? So if you are sore from the exercise, then take a day off.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm just going to get down. It's like dream date. Thank you guys for joining us for this fitness class. I hope this helps. I hope this is something that you can use often and that you kind of learn a little bit. Like we discussed earlier, if you're doing some other workout plans where they're saying do squats, or they're doing some of these moves where you're looking to where you're in a good positioning and how you can feel it. And, so Josh is my personal trainer here at Cincy 360 Fitness, where I hope to be training whenever we're allowed back into the world. So if you were interested in a one-on-one virtual training, Josh, you do that. And plus we're going to be doing a giveaway. So where can they find you if somebody's interested in one-on-one stuff?
Yeah, you can just go to info@cincy360fitness.com.
And you can find me. I'm at AmandaValentineBites.com. I'm really into nutrition and meal prepping, and I have my Pound This podcast, which is 5 days a week, especially while we're quarantined, talking to mental health professionals, doctors from Christ Hospital, and other fitness professionals and dietitians and everything, so we can all kind of get through this together and be as healthy as possible. So, and I just think that moving your body in these sorts of ways and ways that you can, wherever you can, is really super important. So hopefully this helps, and thanks for following along, and stay safe and be healthy.